Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, right at the top, a lot of people have been asking me, Jesse, have you seen the new Halo show? What are your thoughts on the new Halo show? All right, I'm going to give them to you. Honestly, I don't know how you can give a full review on this show, because I have no idea where it's going. And if you would have asked me, for example, what I thought of Marvel's WandaVision after seeing the first few episodes versus how I felt at the end, two totally different opinions. This could very well be the case here. If you are into Halo for the vibe of what it is, and the cool weapons and aliens and all that stuff, you might get a kick out of this. If you're into Halo for the lore and the story, you're probably not gonna like it. This is not your Master Chief. It's not your UNSC. It's not the world you're used to at all. And yeah, admittedly, I do not like when shows do this kind of thing, where producers and writers want to spin it in their own direction and put their own voice on a thing that fans have known and loved for years. It rarely works and more often pisses off the people that should be the champion of the thing you're trying to create. That said, the action in the first episode's kind of fun. When it comes to characters, so far some of them are great, some of them are whatever, and most of them are tropes. And I'll be real, I know Master Chief is cooler with the helmet on, but this version's kind of fun. I even really enjoy some of the characters like Halsey, for example. She's great. But the real downfall of what I've seen so far is that thing they do all the time in sci-fi writing, explaining to the audience everything, all the lore, the history, all of that, because we may not instantly get it, rather than just letting the show reveal stuff through subtext or gradually viewers understanding. If anything, so far, this show should be some type of guide for those who are making Fallout or Last of Us, or like yesterday we talked about A Plague Tale. Any of those shows that are coming down the pipeline, the Twisted Metal one, for example, those showrunners should be watching this and watching the fans' reactions so they can understand what people are expecting versus, what I think a lot of them want to deliver, which is a show that everyone could enjoy. But how often does that work? Let's be real. I cannot stress this enough, and will continue to say it over and over again. Just look at the Sonic movie. Once you had the Sonic fans on the side of the movie, that thing took off. And that's what these shows and future movies and whatever need. You need that built-in fan base. And the minute you're like, we're going to try something different, it's bad news, y'all. Meanwhile, in the world of bad news for me, Inscryption has done it again, once more solidifying the fact that Daniel Mullins is now too cool to work with me on anything. If you're a longtime fan of mine, you know that I love Daniel Mullins games. Love them. They're weird and fourth wall breaking and steeped in mystery and lore. They're the perfect Jesse game. And his most recent game, Inscryption, continues to impress the gaming world's bigwigs. This time, earning him Game of the Year at GDC. Along with this win, he's also taken home the IGF Award for Game of the Year as well. The escape room card game that blossoms into a wild adventure and meta-narrative has now sold over 1 million copies and continues to impress new players around the world. In taking top prize, it now lives among the ranks of games like The Last of Us, God of War, and Breath of the Wild, making it even harder for me to convince him to make a weird metagame with me, so thanks everyone. And lastly, in today's news, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time PC port is finally complete! A fan-engineer project designed to reverse engineer the game so it's all totally legal, we hope, and doesn't use any copyright assets from the original game thanks to Harbor Masters. All you need to play is an N64 ROM and a dream. It works with Steam Deck according to Twitter, and is the first of potentially more to come, with a Majora's Mask port planned as well. Of course, now we wait and see if Nintendo shows up cause they'd be trying to do that. Also, while we were on the subject of Ocarina, I have to shout out the incredible Ocarina of Time as a prog rock album on YouTube video. Link on the screen. It's so good, y'all. It's just the best. And that is the news for today. Thank you so much for all the likes and the shares and the comments and the thumbs up and all the things that help make this show what it is. It means the world to me. Seriously, thank you. Also, thank you to everyone over on patreon.com/Jesse Cox, especially Theory of Relative T, Eric W, and Rodziak. Thank you all so much. That's it for 5 Minute Gaming News. I'll see you tomorrow.